Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the eISL Season 2 brought to you by Not Even Gaming, and are back with our second matchup of the evening. This is where things really get interesting because Jamshedpur FC, they're going to take on Kerala Blasters FC. Now, these two teams have been struggling a lot for those 3 points, and today I hope it's decisive. I don't want to see any of these teams settling with a draw. And my name is Pixis. Joining along with me for this matchup is going to be TTR. So, TT, Jamshedpur and Kerala Blasters, your pre-show analysis.
आई थिंक ये मैच आज के दिन का सबसे ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग मैच होने जा रहा है. वी नो कि इसके पिछले गेम पे हम लोगों को लाइक पॉइंट के टॉप टीम्स के बीच में लड़ाई देखने के लिए मिल रहा था, लेकिन लड़ाई उधर सबसे ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग होता है जिधर दोनों ही टीम्स इधर प्रॉब्लमेटिक सिचुएशन में हो और उधर से निकलने की कोशिश कर रहे हो. तो एक तरफ केरला ब्लास्टर्स, दूसरी तरफ जमशेदपुर, एंड ये दोनों के ही जो है वो विन ज़रूरत है. एंड आई थिंक आपने जैसे कहा कि डिसाइसिव होना चाहिए, वो शायद क्लब्स खुद भी सोच रहे हैं कि डिसाइसिव होना चाहिए गेम.
Yeah, enough of those draws that they've accrued because there have been 3 losses also. But taking a look at the scorecard, in fact the matchup, the game number 1, it is going to be DK against Lokmanu. Lokmanu struggling yet to find a win in his campaign in the eISL, and DK, who's been in a very good form the last 2 games, he's been slaying giants, and one of which was Saransh Jain. And then the final game of the evening, the second individual matchup will be Shubham Tam Tam going up against Arvind, where Arvind did lose against Imad, and Shubham did not have a fairly good time also, because on pen and paper all 4 of these players are amazing. It's just about Kerala Blasters FC and Jamshedpur FC. They've been having such a lackluster start to this season's campaign, and DK, last time, like always, I've got to remind you, all these new viewers, had been one of the unluckiest players of the eISL. But seems like those days are past him right now. But today he's got Lokmanu, who's not been having the best of days, to be honest. The frustration sort of building up for him. He's been wanting to score goals. In fact, he's scoring. But those last moments, towards these end moments, you see his defense a little loose. One misplay and then he concedes. And Shubham, he had a really good unbeaten run going on for him, and he's been the reliable player for this club so far. But today, in fact, the last game did not go the way it was anticipated. I think they had to face defeat to the players of East Bengal FC. So that is something that they need to get over. They have had a lot of time to ponder, process, and work upon things. But the same goes also for DK and Arvind. Now, in the co-op arena, we have seen DK Arvind get to a really good start in the eISL, but then ever since, they've been taking a dip. And this is where your analogy for this is going to be really interesting game really comes into play, because now both these teams are so hungry for these 3 points, because maybe they've just played 4 games. It's those early days, but you also realize that these are going to matter a lot, especially in the battle of top 6, and you just can't settle with having 1 point after playing 4 matches, right? Somebody needs to increase their tally, and just with a mere draw, it's not going to be enough. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's head into the first matchup. We've got DK taking on Lokmanu, and this is going to be really intense. Let us know your predictions, and TT, what do you think is going to happen?
इस गेम के अंदर कोई भी प्रेडिक्शन करना इट्स टू टफ, बट जर्जीनियो को इधर हर एक स्क्वाड पे इंक्लूड किया जा रहा है. लाइक काइंड ऑफ जब मैं पहले कह रहा था कि सिर्फ पुस्कास शायद आ सकते, उस टाइम में मैं भूल गया था कि जर्जीनियो भी आए हैं फुट बर्थडे कार्ड्स पे. सो यस, उनको तो यूज़ किया ही जा फॉर श्योर. बट देखिए, शुरुआत बहुत क्रूशल रहने वाला है. जिनके तरफ से कॉन्फिडेंटली शुरुआत देखने के लिए मिलेगा, वही आखिर में जाके कन्वर्जन निकालते हुए दिख सकते हैं. डेविड जिनोला टुवर्ड्स ओलीत, बट मेसी तक नहीं बॉल पहुंचा पाए. बट इस बार शुभम इस बार के फिलहाल के लिए अगर देखा जाए, लोकमेनु हम लोग को देखने के लिए मिलेंगे. केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी राइट टू लेफ्ट एंड लेफ्ट टू राइट. इधर जमशेदपुर एफसी, बट देखिए दोनों ही साइड से कोशिश चल रहा है. मुझे आज लग रहा है कि लोकमेनु थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ आए हैं, क्योंकि जो इनका लाइक थोड़ा बहुत पोजीशनिंग या फिर फॉर्मेशन था वो चेंज हुआ है और आज लोकोमेनो आए हैं लीड करने के लिए.
Well, I mean, he had to make a few changes, right? And that needed to be done really quickly. But one thing for sure, Lokman, you has to watch out for those aerial passes coming in, because DK loves to go for those German crosses and loves to surprise him. Lokman looking really threatening on his attack with R9, beating that defender, goes for a ball scoop, but no. Virgil van Dijk makes the save. And now this is a chance where DK gets enabled for a potential counter-attack, but he's also taking things slowly. So Lokman, right off the bat, we see him, go opts for an ultra-defensive style of play, relies on those counter-attacks, making sure that his defenses do not loosen up on their grip. But look at that space been given to Lionel Messi almost. And the last moment goes in for the tackle, and the tackle much needed as he makes the save.
Yes. शुरुआती 12 मिनट के अंदर बहुत सारा एक्शन ऑलरेडी हम लोगों को देखने के लिए मिला, बट इधर क्लियर करने की कोशिश था लेकिन प्रॉपरली हुआ नहीं. लीड टू एम्बापे के लिए पास निकालने की कोशिश था लेकिन उस जगह पे ऑलरेडी वर्जिल वैन डाइक मौजूद, तो इसी वजह से खतरा इस बार के लिए तो टल जाएगा. बट केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी स्पेशली लोकोमेनो, देखिए इनका पिछले मैच के पहले तक एक रिकॉर्ड रहा था कि हर गेम पे एटलीस्ट एक गोल स्कोर किए थे, लेकिन शायद पिछले गेम पे वो एक गोल भी स्कोर नहीं हुआ था. तो अभी कोशिश करना होगा कि वो स्ट्रेक को चेंज करें एंड उसी के साथ एक पहला विन अपने क्लब के लिए, वो अपने लिए स्पेशली इंडिविजुअली वो निकाल पाए तो उनका कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज़्यादा इंक्रीज होगा. बट डीके उनको हराना इतना इजी बिल्कुल भी नहीं, क्योंकि इस जमशेदपुर एफसी के टीम पे अगर किसी का फॉर्म अच्छा है वो डीके ही है.
One thing for sure, Lokman and Genesis have been so friends, and they are one of those players, or rather the early birds in the FIFA community, right? They were the ones who kind of built this one up, and at a time they were almost, much of them. In fact, Lokman was also one of those big fours, and with time, new players came in. And now Lokman looking to reclaim his glory, but look at that, DK! Almost scored one, but yes, this time Lokman looks a lot more sharp on his defenses. So coming back to what I was trying to say is Lokman and Genesis kind of share a similar style of play where you can see, both of them like to really control the midfield, constantly keep on making those short passes and then find an opening, go for that skill move and then take a shot. Whereas DK, where we've seen, he really capitalizes on those openings. We could see one of those chances being made where he went for a lob through onto that left wing. And that is when I said that as Lokman, you need to watch out for all those aerial threats coming in from DK. And this is a very good pass by Lokman. Let's see what can he build up with that. Passes on towards Jarzinho, towards Mbappe, takes a shot. Oh! No! DK making a save worth millions over here, and a worthy threat.
हाँ, लोकोमेनो आज काफ़ी ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट दिखते हुए एंड उनका जो मेनली स्ट्रेटेजी है या फिर जो वो सोच के आए थे वो धीरे धीरे करके इम्प्लीमेंट ज़रूर हो रहा है. लेकिन डीके, जैसे कि आप कह रहे थे कि एक ऐसे प्लेयर है कि कब वो एरियल थ्रेट्स देखने के लिए मिल जाए या फिर कब वो एरियल बॉल्स आ जाए वो किसी को भी नहीं पता चलेगा. जैसे कि सारांश की तरफ से हुआ था पिछले मैचअप पे, तो थोड़ा सा देख के खेलने की जरूरत. बट लोकोमेनो आई थिंक उनको भी थोड़ा बहुत अपने जो विंग्स है उसको एक्टिव कर लेना चाहिए. लेकिन उसी के बीच में मौका, शॉट मिल गया बट कोर्टोआ नहीं अलाउ करेंगे इतना इजीली. बट एक गलत पास एक बार फिर से नहीं हुआ, नहीं रख पाए गोल पे. लोकोमेनो एक बेहतरीन चांस इधर ड्रॉप करते हुए.
Lokman, I mean, wanted to green time that shot. He had the right player R9 and failing to do so, and the ball wasn't accurate enough. And had it been green time, I'm pretty sure that could have gone in through. But this is where, I could say Lokman has so far had the best start with Rudulet, receives the ball and makes no mistake. That German cross going in through, and Kerala Blasters FC get the start they wanted. And Lokman, being so frustrated initially, finally comes through. But now this is the point where he has to be watchful. We have seen this thing happening. This has been one of those trends where suddenly you score a goal and then you concede another. And that has also been the fate with Lokmanu also in the past. This is where he needs to get his composure back and needs to score a few more. Today, I think we've seen Lokmanu at his very best. And DK, he's got to do something. He has to look for a way to come back. Maybe those potential aerial threats are being well read by Lokmanu. All you got to do is keep your fullbacks a little behind, read it through, and this was one of those openings that could have been created, but Lokmanu manages to save the day.
Yes, but अभी भी पूरा हाफ बाकी है एंड इस हाफ का एक आखिरी चांस लोकेमेन्यू की तरफ से फिर से बिल्ड होता हुआ बहुत शानदार थ्रू बॉल लॉब थ्रू था लेकिन नहीं इधर रोनाल्डिनियो की तरफ से वो पास उतना क्लिनिकल नहीं रहा सो या फर्स्ट हाफ एंड होता हुआ 1-0 के स्कोर लाइन के साथ एंड केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी स्पेशली लोकेमेन्यू जिस तरीके से आज शुरुआत की है उससे देख के लग ही रहा था कि ये कॉन्फिडेंस काफी ज्यादा है उनके अंदर एंड वो शायद आज ठान के आए थे कि बाय एनी हाउ इस मैच को जितना ही जीतना है बट जमशेदपुर एफसी डीके जितना फ्लुएंटली पासेस निकालते हैं थ्रू लॉब वो आज उतना दिखा नहीं है फर्स्ट हाफ के ऊपर तो उनके तरफ से भी क्या चेंजेस आता है नेक्स्ट हाफ पे वो देखने के लिए मैं बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हूँ एंड आई थिंक जमशेदपुर एफसी के जितने भी फैंस हैं वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड होंगे एंड वो चाह रहे होंगे कि काश एक गोल आ जाए जल्दी से जल्दी
But so far I think this is such a huge sigh of relief for the Kerala Blasters FC supporters, to be honest, because this has always been a constant problem, right? Lokmanu has not had the best of starts, like we discussed, has not been able to win his individual battles. But if he does go on to win this one, it would be such a huge sigh of relief even for his teammate Shubham, because he's been one of those players who's been doing majority of the heavy lifting for the club. And now if Lokmanu gets back into his old groove, then Kerala Blasters FC could rise from the ashes. But at the same time, for DK, I mean, there have been a few runs where it had been kind of anticipated in him trying to do things which Lokmanu could have read him from miles afar, and as a result of which he's been stopped, right? This is where DK again needs to do something different, needs to do something crafty, and DK has the potential. If you remember, last time he had a free kick chance, and that was one of the most beautiful goals that we have seen in the season 2 of eISL so far. I think that came through Lionel Messi. So DK, he's got everything in his arsenal. It's all about him trying to get his mind back into the game, try to get the possession game also into his favor, and not let Lokmanu get away with what he intends to do. And Lokmanu still, beginning of the second half, all he wants to do is just make sure he keeps the fundamentals strong, right? Oh, if he makes plays like this and passes like this, what would you expect DK to do?
देखिए ये गलतियां जो है वो कम ही करना चाहिए बट हकीमी डेविड जिनोला ऑलरेडी मौजूद लेकिन एक एक्स्ट्रा टच जिस बदौलत बॉल गया बैकलाइन के बाहर थोड़ा सा जो है वो आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल जाते हुए फिलहाल के लिए डीके एंड आई थिंक मुझे लग रहा है कि वो थोड़ा जल्दी में भी है कि वो जितना जल्दी हो सके गोल स्कोर कर दे इसके वजह से भी थोड़ा बहुत आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल जा रहे हैं कैप्टन विया एंड लोकेमेन्यू की अगर बात किया जाए शुरुआत हुआ था बहुत ज़्यादा सेंट्रल पोजीशनिंग के साथ और इस बार उनके फुल बैक्स को भी गेम के अंदर इंक्लूड करने की कोशिश जो कि मुझे लगता है कि बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पैक्टफुल हो सकते हैं इस गेम पे
ठीक है much important. He needs to get the ball, keep the ball as long as he can. Needs to frustrate Lokmanu. That tactics has really worked out, but this is a good chance with Mbappe. Took that shot, I think went in for an elastico there, but again failed to green time it, as a result of which not the best of the height on the ball, the elevation was not, the power was sort of there, but yeah, it was an easy save for the keeper to make. But yes, these are the things that DK needs to keep on trying. But more importantly, like I said, the midfield competition is going to be
Oh.
really immaculate, as now Lokman has another chance on the goal, and you could see the sigh of relief, finally satisfied with the way he is playing today. Had been unlucky in the past on multiple occasions, but things are working out in his favor, and Lokman gets one more for his club. Now 60 minutes have passed on to this game, TT, and this is the best of Lokman we have seen so long in this season of eISL.
Yes, with Hakimi, Jamshedpur FC, just उनके राइट हैंड साइड पे जो रन निकल रहा था उस जगह पे कैलकुलेशन में गलती हुआ एंड उसी जगह से पूरा सिचुएशन आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल चला गया. फिर एक पास एंड नहीं, एक नहीं, दो पासेस, क्योंकि रोनाल्डो ने फिनिश किया राइट टॉप कॉर्नर पे. एंड एक चीज जो कि सबसे ज्यादा वर्कआउट कर रहा है वो है केरला ब्लास्टर की तरफ से उनके फॉर्मेशन चेंज. एंड ये फॉर्मेशन चेंज मुझे लगता है कि लोकेमेंडो ने खुद से कराया होगा. जिस तरीके का कॉन्फिडेंस वो आज लेके उतरे थे शुरुआती 10 मिनट गेम के बाद ही जो कॉन्फिडेंस उनकी तरफ से दिख रहा था वो अभी झलकता हुआ पूरे स्कोर लाइन के ऊपर. 2-0 केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी बहुत दिन के बाद फाइनली एक खुशी का लहर कहने की बह सकता है उनके ऊपर से. हालांकि इनको इसके पहले भी स्टार्ट काफी अच्छे मिल चुके हैं जो कि शिवम की तरफ आया था, बट दे एंड अप विद अ ड्रॉ और लॉस. बट आज जो है वो लोकेमेंडो चलते रहे, तो हम कह सकते हैं कि शिवम के ऊपर से उतना जो प्रेशर रहता था वो भी हट जाएगा. सो उनका भी परफॉर्मेंस और भी ज्यादा बेहतर दिख सकता है आज के इस मैचअप के ऊपर.
But let's not forget, for all the Jamshedpur FC fans out here, no matter the outcome of the result, there is still chances for them to stage a comeback over here. All they have to do is win the co-op game, and Arvin needs to win his individual matchup against Shubham. And that's easier said than done, because we know when you are going up against the Viper of the eISL, it is going to be really difficult. You might just get stung and you would have no idea. And now, this is a chance for TK to try and change things around. He needs to find a quick goal and needs to get himself back into the game. One good thing about Kerala Blasters FC that we have loved so far is they have been so alert, always on toes in terms of their defenses. And this is where DK wants to change things around. This had to be one of those golden opportunities where DK goes for a pass too many, and now a driven through pass. And now this could be where Lokman could get his potential third. Goes for a ball roll scoop and takes a shot and seals the deal and puts DK 6 feet under, where he is left stupefied. And now this could be the reckoning. This could be the wrath of Lokman. His way back into the campaign of eISL. Finally could get his first W. And oh, it was coming in. The frustration was creeping in on him. And today, finally, he speaks and he finally delivers for his clubs, for his fans who were waiting for so long. It took almost a month, but a month that gives them the result. As you can see, DK has been trying to make those plays, but look at that. Lokman has never let him retain any possession on the ball. The moment he receives it, it gets taken away from it. And the midfield battle was clearly lost. And look at how well spread Lokman is over the field, right? He got players moving almost everywhere. Whereas DK, he's failed to exploit his wings. Not a lot of movements being there. And those one play that DK is very iconic, very famous for, those lob through, those German crosses, they haven't come through either. And just to make things worse, you cannot have those lapses in defense, especially TT when you're 2-0 down.
Yes, it's unfortunate. And मेनली देखिए डीके खुद भी उनके एक्सप्रेशन देख के लग रहा था कि वो भी नाखुश है अपने ऊपर. बट फाइनली केरला ब्लास्टर की तरफ से एनकुंकू को लेके आ गया है बहुत दिनों बाद, तो शायद कुछ न्यू ट्राई करेंगे. कैप्टेविया, ओ माय गॉड, बीचों बीच से निकलने की कोशिश था ऑन द साइड ऑफ जमशेदपुर एफसी, लेकिन वो हो नहीं पाया. देखिए फिर से एक बार एम्बापे रन निकालते हुए बीचों बीच एक पास एंड फिनिश हो सकता है, बट प्लेयर्स कम थे. बट इस बार विद द फिनिश. 4-0 केरला ब्लास्टर्स एफसी। लुक मैन्यू, ये प्लेयर जब चल नहीं रहे तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं चल रहे थे, और जब चलना शुरू किया ये तो अभी दौड़ रहे हैं। शानदार 4-0। एंड केरला ब्लास्टर्स एफसी, केरला ब्लास्टर के फैंस अभी झूम रहे होंगे, नाच रहे होंगे इतना शानदार परफॉर्मेंस देखने के बाद।
He's manifesting the demon inside of him. Look, Manu, already 4-0 up. We know he's got the potential to even score a few more. And this is the point where DK has pretty much given up, right? You could see the final goal, the last goal, he kind of burst out. The laughter just came through. He knew that this was a goal, and that was seen from miles afar. And now with Eric Cantona, again, look, Manu. I think, just leaving his offensive side, the one area which Lokmanu was always constantly worried about was his defenses. Now it has gotten so solid. Now he's not making those hasty tackles. He's patiently waiting for DK to make that pass. But this is a pass, and now DK finds one back. So this is what I was talking about, right? This is what DK is known for. These crosses on towards Ruud Gullit and him trying to score. No matter, it wasn't green time, but Ruud Gullit from that position, he barely ever misses. And finally, Jamshedpur FC at least deny Lokmanu that clean sheet, which he was looking forward. But this is something that Kerala Blasters FC can really afford. DK just managing to salvage one goal. But this is where Lokmanu woke up with vengeance in his mind and realized that he needs to get back into his true self, needs to get back into his good old run, and such a good day for him in the office.
For sure, and एक much needed win लोकेमेनु के लिए, क्योंकि इतने दिन से ये हमारा डे नंबर 8 है, एंड जिस तरीके से इतने दिन से चल रहा था इनका परफॉर्मेंस, वो उतना खास नहीं था। बहुत ज़्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेटेड थे, नाखुश थे अपने ऊपर एंड अपने के ऊपर भी कुछ टाइम। लेकिन फाइनली आज जिस तरीके से उन्होंने बाउंस बैक किया वो बेहतरीन, एंड कुछ इसी तरीके का परफॉर्मेंस हम लोग एक्सपेक्ट भी कर रहे थे। जब दोनों टीम्स अपने जीत के लिए जाए एंड उनके पास खोने के लिए कुछ ना हो, तब एक बहुत शानदार गेम आउटकम के हिसाब से निकल के आता है। डीके का दिन या फिर परफॉर्मेंस इतने दिन से कितना अच्छा चल रहा था, बट आज जब सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत था उस टाइम पे उनके लिए सिचुएशन जो है वो काम नहीं कर पाया। आखिरी एक और चांस लोवायरन, लेकिन नहीं, इस बार एडर मिलिटाओ जीत जाएंगे बॉल।
Yeah, I really felt he could have just beaten Militao over there. But regardless, Lokmanu can just chill, because again he's got a chance on creating his attack. DK's defense has been all over the place, but what an emphatic victory for Lokmanu and Kerala Blasters FC tonight. What a start to this matchup, and Jamshedpur FC, well, they might be thinking maybe the wrong time to poke the beast, and DK left flustered. Has to go back with a loss, but needs to come back mentally back, because right after they've got their co-op game, and this is one that Jamshedpur FC cannot afford to lose. And this is where I felt Jamshedpur FC made a lot of mistakes today, especially in the way the goals they conceded, right? Every single time you see some of those players, there were moments where DK used to get his fullbacks on, and there was no. And that is where Lokmanu really capitalized. And you could see one of the goals where he was beaten through on that right wings, where Ronaldinho was the one fighting there in the defenses, right? His left backs were way ahead, and Lokmanu saw through that, and he made a run like that. And the sheer composure that he displayed, look at that, not even panicking, not even breaking a sweat, but yes, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Kerala Blasters FC, Lokmanu in fact, finally getting his first W.
What a game this was, and Lokmanu स्पेशली जिस तरीके से उन्होंने गोल्स किया, या आई नो कि जमशेदपुर एफसी की तरफ से गलतियां हुआ था, लेकिन लोकेमेनु जिस कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ बॉल छीन रहे थे रोनाल्डिनियो के सामने से, वैन डाइक के सामने से, वो जस्ट इनसेन था। एंड ये फिनिशिंग अल्वारन के साथ देख के लग रहा होगा कि या फिनिश हो गया राइट बॉटम कॉर्नर पे, लेकिन ये इतना इजी नहीं होता क्योंकि वो आप डिफेंस के बीच से निकाल रहे हो, गोलकीपर को बीट कर रहे हो और उतना शानदार प्लेसमेंट करना, वो भी लोवारन को लेके उनके लेफ्ट फुट के साथ, तो वो या लाइक ये एक बहुत ही अच्छी बात है। एंड लोकमेनू का जो फॉर्मेशन चेंज हुआ था उससे ही मुझे लगा था कि आज कुछ ना कुछ जो है वो इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है उनके तरफ से, और वो करके दिखाए। और अभी के लिए पूरा का पूरा प्रेशर शिफ्ट हो चुका है जमशेदपुर एफसी के ऊपर। एंड जमशेदपुर एफसी को बैक टू बैक 2 मैच जीतना होगा अगर इस मैचअप को जीत के उनको 3 पॉइंट्स लेके जाना है तो।
Yes, there's no looking back for Jamshedpur FC from over here, right? They ought to win their co-op game, and they have to win the third game. Arvind has to deliver a magical performance. But okay, getting back to Kerala Blasters FC, this is where we saw the individual battle for Lokmanu, one of their weakest points so far. That has been fixed. Now the next target right in front of them is their co-op game. Both these players are individually fantastic, Lokmanya and Shubham. But how well can they work together? That is the big question. You can be the best player in the world, but if you are not synchronized with each other during your co-op matches, that is where you might tend to fall. And that is where maybe Jamshedpur FC can take a lead, because they have so far proven themselves to be the better team. But progressing time, we have seen, if not a W for Kerala Blasters FC, they've managed a few draws in their co-op games. But today, I think they have to replicate something like what Imad and Saransh did. It could just be Lokmanu trying to feed the ball towards Shubham, and we know he's got an eye for the ball and he can score. But for Jamshedpur, likewise, DK has to look for those German crosses onwards Arvind, and Arvind has to play his best FIFA tonight, because if there is even a single a single lapse, then we are looking at Kerala Blasters FC taking those 3 points away from Jamshedpur FC, and that won't be good, because this is a battle, like I said, folks, between the bottom order teams right now, and this looks like it's gonna get really fierce.
या एंड विद दैट अरविंद के जो परफॉर्मेंस रहा है अभी तक, वो भी उतना कुछ खास क्या नहीं है। सो ये उनके लिए और भी ज़्यादा चिंताजनक है कि क्या वो करके दिखा पाएंगे, क्या वो हम लोग को देखने के लिए मिलेगा कमबैक उनकी तरफ से। एंड उससे भी पहले ज़रूरत है कि एटलीस्ट इधर से एक ड्रॉ निकाले ये कोऑप गेम के ऊपर, क्योंकि कोऑप मैचअप अगर हार जाते हैं फिर उसके बाद जो भी हो जाए तीसरे गेम पे उसका कुछ भी इम्पैक्ट नहीं आएगा ओवरऑल मैचअप के स्कोर लाइन या फिर रिजल्ट के साथ। तो सबसे पहला टारगेट उनका यही होना चाहिए कि पिछले मैच में जो हुआ है उसको भूल के इस मैच के ऊपर फोकस करना, एंड अपने जो केमिस्ट्री है, अपना जो सिनर्जी है, उसको प्रॉपरली इम्प्लीमेंट करना गेम के अंदर। बट ऑन द अदर हैंड मुझे लगता है केरला ब्लास्टर ऐसी बहुत दिनों बाद अभी खुद को स्ट्रांग महसूस कर रहे होंगे, क्योंकि शुभम की अगर बात किया जाए वो बहुत सारे मैचेस ऑलरेडी जीत के रखे हैं, या कुछ कुछ गेम्स ऐसे गए हैं जो कि उनके लिए उतना खास नहीं गया, बट उसको छोड़ के उन्होंने बहुत सारे लाइक शायद 2 या फिर 3 विन्स जो है वो ऑलरेडी निकाल चुके हैं इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे। सो उनके लिए तो कॉन्फिडेंस थोड़ा बहुत डाउन जरूर हुआ था, बट लोकमेनू की इस जीत के बाद उनका भी कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगा। बट क्या जमशेदपुर एंड अरविंद करके दिखा पाएंगे, क्योंकि अरविंद ऑलरेडी एक टेंशन में थे, स्ट्रेस पे थे, जिधर उनका रिजल्ट उतना कुछ खास नहीं निकल के आ रहा था, और उस जगह से डिके वो भी इस तरीके से हार जाते हैं, वो भी 4-1 के स्कोर लाइन के साथ। मुझे लगता है कि जमशेदपुर के ऊपर प्रेशर बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ चुका है ऑलरेडी।
Yeah, the pressure is really immaculate over here, and it's too much to handle. But today, Arvind has to show the same kind of FIFA that he played against Adi Zima, when I think he beat him 5-1. So if Arvind does that tonight, if he replicates some of that magic tonight, then you never know. We might also settle with a draw, because that's still on the cards. But last time against the CJ, that 4-1 defeat, I mean, come on, let's be honest, it was a CJ. It was CJ that he went up against with. And another tidbit, CJ was defeated by Shobhan. So had to get that into picture. So I mean, if you could do your maths right. But yes, FIFA 23 is a game where anything and everything can possibly happen. And you can see a little bit of a technical error. We'll be right back over here. But we had a quick glimpse where Jamshedpur FC decided to go with 5 defenders. I mean, 5 players on the back, where they're going to utilize their wing backs. Whereas Kerala Blasters FC, they've resorted to a 4-2-4. the current meta formation along with 4-3-2-1. We are seeing a lot of players going for that, but we've also seen a lot of players kind of go for that sort of a formation pretty much a little late into the game if they're kind of on that deficit. But this clearly shows the mentality of what these both players what these both the clubs are intending to do. Whereas we can see that Jamshedpur FC, they want to rely on the counter attack, and Kerala Blasters FC want to get to a good start after after winning their game in such a beautiful fashion. So with those four attacking players ahead, you want to constantly just apply those pressure. But before we have the matches started for you guys, we've got something for you, the top 5 saves of the past week. So let's take a quick look at it. Pace of Mbappe looks like another goal in the making, and again a beautiful run for Messi, goes for a chip shot with Mbappe passing on towards R9 with Bellingham, wanted to go for the aggressive on his counter attacks especially, but this was
नहीं किया एंड अभी भी अटैक पे बॉल बना हुआ है वो
Alright, so we could see some beautiful saves being made over there. One by Arvind already. We have seen so many of those shots. But I think the best save for me would be that chip shot save when DK was going on, right? And in the next few seconds, guys, we will be in the stadium and we will witness this co-op matchup live. So what is on the line over here? Jamshedpur FC, so far the better co-op team. They're already stunted with that first game loss. They have to make a comeback over here. Whereas Kerala Blasters FC, they have displayed that on an individual level. They have done the homework, they have done the grinding, they have won their first game. But how good they are as a team, this game is going to be so crucial. There you can see the new Jazinho 93 card, the new foot birthday icon card on display, and we've seen a lot of Jazinhos also being played in the past. The icon Jazinho, but now it's been upgraded, and let's see. So the game has begun. Jamshedpur FC from left to right in their white and blue kit, whereas Kerala Blasters FC starting from right to left in their black jerseys.
एक मिसकैलकुलेशन जिसकी वजह से थ्रो इन मिलेगा केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी को. बट लेट्स सी लाइक क्या होता है इसके बाद. कैप्टिविया टुवर्ड्स हुलीत. देखिए बेलिंगम से मौका इधर बन रहा था, लेकिन एक गलत पास की वजह से जो प्रॉब्लम्स है वो इधर क्रिएट हो रहा था. कैप्टिवी, ओह माय गॉड, इधर देखिए मुझे लग रहा है कि ये मिडफील्ड के ऊपर बहुत ही ज्यादा लड़ाई चलता हुआ बाय द वे. लड़ाई तो ऑब्वियसली विद फुटबॉल, लेकिन जो मौका बन रहा है फिनिश हो सकता है. बहुत सारा डेंजरस सिचुएशन, लेकिन नहीं कर पाएंगे इधर कन्वर्ट जमशेदपुर एफसी.
Oh, I mean, an effort in the right direction. Nonetheless, Jamshedpur FC, they have to keep doing this, TT. But for Kerala Blasters FC, they have to do something like what they had done in the previous game so far. Keep as much as possession, keep constantly trying to bait the players into charging for those tackles and capitalize. Now, this could be a promising chance. A good pass onto it, Jude Bellingham, but no. Rude Hullet for Jamshedpur FC being present over there would have broken for a counter-attack, but like you could see, there were not enough men to go for it, and this ensured that Kerala Blasters FC had nothing to really worry about, as now they can pose a counter-attack of their own with Mbappe already very deep in, and you could see the blocking. Two players, Cretan players over there, and this is good. This is good stuff from Jamshedpur FC that we're getting to see. Both these teams are looking well, equally contested. It all comes down to who breaks the deadlock over here.
Yes, but देखिए केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी आज कुछ अलग ही तरीके से परफॉर्म करते हुए, कॉन्फिडेंस इधर खेलने के झलकता हुआ. बट पहला 20 मिनट अगर देखें तो मौके दोनों ही तरफ से बने हैं, लेकिन उतना ज़्यादा क्लिनिकल कोई भी नहीं हो पाया है. और अटैकिंग थर्ड के ऊपर जाके फिनिशिंग बहुत ज़्यादा मैटर करता है. बट कैप्टिविया के साथ बेहतरीन स्लाइडिंग चैलेंज एंड उसी के साथ डायरेक्ट पास आता हुआ एंड केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी कॉल आउट्स बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होंगे. हकीमी टुवर्ड्स रोनाल्डिनो बट नहीं आउटसाइड पे फंसते हुए.
Yeah, and now I think both these teams are quite evenly matched up, right? Both these teams are trying to create those chances and a few mistakes here and there, and this is what you would expect in a co-op game, right? And this is where you would expect your teammate, just having a synchronized heartbeat like yours. You have to be on the same page, you have to resonate on the same pitch. And now it is Jamshedpur FC, a step over for Mbappe over there, but Capdevia. One of those best things that Lokmanu and Shubham have really improvised on is their defenses, and now instantly just break free for a counter attack. And these passes have to go through, and this is where your true metal gets tested, right? You cannot afford to make mistakes like that, because the moment you give the ball away, if it's in an awkward situation, you're looking for a goal to be scored. And now Mbappe, all he needs to do is just beat the defender over here, which is pretty much done. But who's there for the cutback? Indeed there, present over Ronaldo, and he seizes this opportunity, gets the ball and instantly taps it in, and Kerala Blasters FC go on to celebrate the first goal, the opener that they were looking for. And Jamshedpur FC, again, like I said, you cannot afford to make those mistakes. You cannot afford to give Mbappe that run like that, because he is going to punish you. And the team of the year card, if it was not already broken, now this has come to haunt Jamshedpur FC down.
Wow. What a performance from Kerala Blaster FC as of now. And yes, run निकालने नहीं जाएगा, बट जर्जीनियो, ओ माय गॉड, अगर ये क्रॉस होता, अगर ये प्रॉपर क्रॉस होता विद एक्स बटन, देन ये पहुंच जाता एम्बापे के पास. इधर देखिए ओपन साइड पे एक बॉल मिला था, शॉट लेने की कोशिश भी था, क्योंकि वैंडेसार मोस्टली वो आउट ऑफ पोजीशन थे. एंड कोशिश यही था कि वो इधर गोल स्कोर कर दे, बट ना, वो अभी तक नहीं हो पाया. रोनाल्डो टुवर्ड्स मेसी, राइट हैंड साइड से हकीमी अपना प्रॉपर पेस जाएंगे, एंड जरूरी भी है ओवरलैप पे जाने की, लेकिन नहीं गए. थोड़ा कटिंग बैक पास के साथ एम्बापे, रोनाल्डो, मौका, ओह, वो द सेव.
Oh my goodness. I literally had my heart out of my mouth in that moment. No, I don't know who was the one controlling the goalkeeper, but that charge, it was so crucial. But this could be one where they could find themselves back through, but no way. Kerala Blasters FC, after such a good start, the defense starts opening up, and this is not a good sign. You cannot really let it go towards your goalkeeper. Of course, those two charges were very much essential, were much needed from both these players. Whoever was controlling the keeper, nice decision for going up to that. But Jamshedpur FC, finding two quick chances, and almost at the stroke of that halftime whistle, we could see both these teams very much even in terms of possession. Both these teams have been trying to do the same thing, but it is Kerala Blasters FC who have just been one step ahead. But we know Jamshedpur FC, they are showing signs of comeback now. They are being very resilient. They are showing that tenaciousness. And if this keeps going on, if Kerala Blasters FC do not find a way to figure this through, then Jamshedpur FC might just get the equalizer in those next 4-5 minutes.
Yes, बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है कि वो फर्स्ट हाफ के ऊपर ही इक्वलाइज करके जाए, नहीं तो प्रेशर टाइम दर टाइम और भी ज़्यादा बिल्डअप होता हुआ रहेगा. क्योंकि जमशेदपुर एफसी ऑलरेडी वो पिछला गेम हार चुके हैं, और इस गेम के ऊपर एटलीस्ट उनको एक ड्रॉ चाहिए ही चाहिए, अगर थोड़े भी पॉइंट्स का होप बना के रखना इस पूरे मैच से. देखिए का कॉर्नर किक जरूर मिलेगा, जिसपे ऑलरेडी एम्बापे क्लोज जा चुके हैं. शॉर्ट कॉर्नर ही लिया जाएगा मोस्ट प्रोबेबली, बट नहीं, इधर लॉन्ग कॉर्नर के साथ एक मौका, अगर ये गोल स्कोर हो जाता, ये एक मास्टरमाइंड हो जाता, क्या हो जाएगा, फिनिश करेंगे जमशेदपुर एफसी. से के साथ 1-1 बात कर ही रहे थे इक्वलाइजर की लीड के साथ द राइनोसॉरस मोस्ट प्रोबेबली ये जो सेलिब्रेशन था एंड क्या गोल था ये वाओ
I could smell that goal coming from miles afar. I was telling you, Jamshedpur FC, they were looking so threatening, and this had to come through. And Kerala Blasters FC now again a little taken aback. They did not see this one coming through. A beautiful goal being scored over there, and now we are again even Stevens back to where we started. Both these teams scoring a goal each apiece for both these clubs. And now this is it. This is one of the most intense halftime discussion that both the clubs will be having over here. What they need to do, because Jamshedpur FC, I think they have taken over. They have taken over the momentum in this particular game. They have sort of figured out a way to find those few minor cracks in Kerala Blasters FC's defense and have been taking those shots. Look at that, 4 shots being taken.
Yes.
We were talking about them being threatening, 2 of which were beautiful saves. And if Kerala Blasters FC do not work on their defense in the second half, Jamshedpur FC might still breathe a set of breathe fresh air into this series, and it could just come down to the final game. And another thing, viewers, gotta tell you that if Kerala Blasters FC manage to win this one, then Shubham, he's gonna get the complete free hand. 3 points will be secured. He will be playing without any pressure. But Jamshedpur FC, this is a must-win game for them, and they are literally playing like that, leaving no corner behind, quite literally scoring from them. And now let's see in the second half what changes are being made for either of these sides.
लेट्स सी क्या चेंजेस निकल के आता है. बट जैसे कि आपने कहा कि बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है दोनों ही क्लब्स के लिए ये सेकेंड हाफ, क्योंकि केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी उनके जीत के बहुत करीब, काइंड ऑफ अभी भी कह सकते हैं कि यस वो अपने जीत के करीब है. एंड वो अगर इधर से एक भी गोल स्कोर करते हैं तो वो ऑब्वियसली, एंड उसको अगर लीड बना के रख पाते हैं आखिर तक, तो शायद उनको अपना पहला जीत इस सीजन का मिल जाएगा. बट ऑन द अदर हैंड जमशेदपुर एफसी, उनके पास भी मौका है कि वो एक और गोल स्कोर करे, लीड बना के रखे, एंड उनके भी जीतने के होप जो है वो जिंदा रखे इस मैचअप के ऊपर. सो लेट्स सी क्या होगा. शुरू हो चुका है सेकेंड हाफ, जिधर लेफ्ट टू राइट अटैक करते हुए देखेंगे केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी, राइट टू लेफ्ट देखने के लिए मिलेंगे जमशेदपुर. बट इस बार थोड़ा स्लो डाउन करने की ज़रूरत केरला ब्लास्टर्स को. शुरुआत जिस तरीके से हुआ था, जो मोमेंटम के साथ, वो पूरा शिफ्ट हो गया जमशेदपुर के पास. बट इस बार एक डेंजरस सिचुएशन क्रिएट हो चुका था, लेकिन एक गलत पास एंड बॉल चला जाएगा जमशेदपुर के पास.
Oh yeah, and now this is something Kerala Blasters FC really need to watch out for, because Jamshedpur FC right now, they are building up slowly but surely. Now look at that, things have improvised suddenly. Seems like everything is aligned, everything is working through those passes. I don't know how they're making it happen, but indeed they are. But this is a point where they could take a sucker punch, a counter attack, and look at the run from R9, but failing to get a cutback, but still managing to keep the ball on themselves. As now Jude Bellingham, Ronaldinho, maybe you could pass it back towards Hakimi. Indeed they do the same, and now would just keep constantly recycling the ball, finding that opening maybe with R9, but no, instead go for that pass on towards Jairzinho, where it was intercepted, and De Villa will ensure that he instantly switches the side of play. And now Jamshedpur FC could just calm down, get their players back to their default positions, and start building up. Now you cannot afford to lose the ball like that, but thankfully none of the players had really gotten out of their marker, and there you have an offside.
यस बहुत ज़्यादा इंटेंस गेम बनता हुआ धीरे धीरे करके. वैसे इसके पहले भी इंटेंस ही था, लेकिन जिस तरीके से वे एक्शन पे आ चुके हैं दोनों ही क्लब्स, कोई भी किसी को एक सिंगल एक छोटा सा जगह भी नहीं छोड़ना चाहते इस पिच पर. एंड ये देख के बहुत ही ज़्यादा मज़ा आ रहा है फॉर श्योर, क्योंकि दोनों ही क्लब्स अपने पहले विन के लिए इधर लड़ाई करते हुए एक दूसरे के साथ इन ग्राउंड. एज ऑफ नाउ रोनाल्डिनियो, कोशिश था एम्बापे के लिए कि एम्बापे रन निकाला एटलीस्ट, बट वो रन नहीं निकाला गया था, शायद कोऑर्डिनेट नहीं कर पाए थे एक दूसरे के साथ. बट विद दैट मेसी और लेकिन डिफ्लेक्टेड होता हुआ एंड वैंडेसार ऑलरेडी इस गेम के अंदर तो दिखा चुके हैं कि वो किस फॉर्म में है.
You know, TT, if Kerala Blasters FC do not score in the next 10 minutes, Jamshedpur FC, I think, are going to win this co-op. Because the way they have been attacking, the way they have been synchronizing with each other with their through passes, Kerala Blasters FC, just look at them. They're all over the place. And they need to maybe, you know, just take a pause and get back to their senses. Because right now, Jamshedpur FC have so much of those attacking options. And instead of going from the left, they opt for the right with Hakimi, a beautiful attempt. But no, the ball being given away at such position. Oh, Jamshedpur FC.
No.
And no. This was not supposed to happen. Oh, such an exciting game, and we get what? How it ended. I really wanted to see what was the outcome. Because Jamshedpur FC, oh, they've been so good on that, you know, towards the end of the first half. Right after that, right after they scored the first goal, and before that also, they were creating so many chances. And commencement of the second half, they were building up, their passes were going through, and Kerala Blasters FC, you know, looked to be in two minds. I don't feel they were synchronized enough. I don't think, you know, they've been retaining the ball enough. And like I said, if this keeps on going, you know, Jamshedpur FC, I mean, apologies again, viewers. We know this has been an accruing problem and repetitive one at that, and we are trying to find a fix, and hopefully would get solved. But yes, that being said, we'll get the result in a wee while. But what do you think, TT? What could have happened?
जिस तरीके से गेम चल रहा था, आई थिंक या जमशेदपुर एफसी के पास एक अच्छा खासा मौका था, बट सेम टाइम पे केरला ब्लास्टर्स भी बहुत सारे क्रूशियल चांसेस क्रिएट किए थे सेकेंड हाफ के ऊपर भी. हालांकि उनका उतना ज़्यादा कंट्रोल में नहीं है गेम अभी तक. आई डोंट नो अभी है कि नहीं, बट नहीं था कुछ देर पहले तक जब तक हम लोग देख पा रहे थे. तो उस टाइम तक तो एक चीज़ तो पता चल रहा था कि एस जमशेदपुर एफसी प्रॉपरली बिल्ड के साथ जा रहे थे, बट ऑन द अदर हैंड केरला ब्लास्टर्स एफसी वो चाह रहे थे कि वो फ्लो में निकल जाए और वो फ्लो पे एक गोल भी उनके पास आ जाए. तो लेट्स से लाइक क्या होता है इस गेम के खत्म होने के बाद, एंड लेट्स सी कि रिजल्ट क्या होगा. जो भी होगा आई थिंक इस पे हम लोग को पता चल जाएगा कि नेक्स्ट गेम के लिए क्या क्या होने वाला है ऑन स्टेक्स.
Yeah, you know, the way this match was going, like I said, you know, slowly but surely Kerala was losing its grip on the game, and this is where, you know, Jamshedpur FC was so quick, and they were getting themselves back in. But you know, of course, we cannot see the match, but we have some amazing content for you guys, so let's watch it together. Just stretching his legs, getting the ball over there, and now a driven through beautiful one to Ronaldinho. A good chance perhaps being created. Ronaldinho taking his own time there and will take a shot and crush her. Absolutely crushing Bhagya.
बहुत जरूरी था कॉन्फिडेंस वापस आना. केविन डे ब्रुयने टू एम्बापे. वाओ, व्हाट अ स्किल मूव विद अ शॉट एंड राइट साइड में फिनिश करेंगे.
Opening, you know, both these teams are kind of on an equal footing right now. We've seen those chances being created, and this could be one possible one converted, and a beautifully crafted goal. And Hyderabad FC.
and पिछले दिन oh my
What?
God, लियोनेल मेसी. मुझे लग रहा है थोड़ा नर्वस होके खेल रही, या फिर जो वो चाह रहे हैं वो हो नहीं पा रहा है. ये
Beautiful, and Tite is absolutely stupefied because his favorite card Pace of Mbappe looks like another goal in the making. And again, a beautiful run for Messi. Goes for a chip shot with Mbappe passing on towards R9 with Bellingham. Wanted to go for the aggressive on his counter attacks, especially. But this was a
नहीं किया. And अभी भी टैग पे बॉल बना हुआ है. वो just kill.
All right, between all that hiatus, we have some good news for you that we will be back with the action. So it will resume from that 70th minute mark. And thank goodness. I did not want to miss this one. I did not want to miss this matchup because it was getting oh so tense because Jamshedpur FC, they were literally on the cusp of staging a comeback. They were about to score a winner today. Maybe that could have been done there, or maybe Kerala Blasters FC could. You never know. The Viper might strike. They might get one goal in, but so far we had been going leveled. And this was again a third possibility that TT I think we need to discuss. If this match ends in a draw, at least Kerala Blasters FC, at the bare minimum, will be taking home 1 point, which we don't want to happen. We want both these teams. Either you take 3 or you go with nothing. Do or die.
Yeah, and I think देखिए ये जो 70 मिनट से गेम चालू होगा इसके बाद बहुत कुछ चेंज हो जाएगा. आई थिंक मुझे लगता है ऐसा, क्योंकि बीच में जो ये गैप मिला है मोमेंटम शिफ्ट होता हुआ अभी दिख सकता है. और जो ऑलरेडी मोमेंटम बन चुका था, क्या उस पर कुछ भी ब्रेक आएगा या फिर नहीं आएगा, ये सब कुछ जो है वो बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा मैटर करने वाला है. सो ये सब कुछ हम लोग देखेंगे जब चालू होगा. बट आई थिंक मुझे तो लग रहा है कि केरला ब्लास्टर्स चाहेंगे कि इसी गेम पे एक गोल स्कोर करो और पूरा ख़त्म करो, क्योंकि इतने दिन से जो ड्रामा चल रहा है उनके साथ, शुरुआत हम लोगों को इसके पहले भी बहुत बार ऐसे दिखे है कि विनिंग के साथ किए हो केरला ब्लास्टर्स, बट वो ख़त्म करते हैं या तो ड्रॉ या फिर लॉस के साथ. तो आज वो बिल्कुल भी वैसा नहीं होने देना चाहेंगे. सेम विद जमशेदपुर एफसी एज वेल. बट यस, और कुछ टाइम बाकी और उसी के बीच में हम लोगों को एक्शन एक बार फिर से लाइव होता हुआ दिखेगा, जिधर जमशेदपुर एफसी अपने सर्वाइवल के लिए इधर लड़ने वाले हैं, ऑन द अदर हैंड केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी अपने पहले विन के लिए.
Oh yeah, and I'm rather surprised. So one thing for sure is both the players, in fact both the clubs, they have their players on full stamina, which means it feels like 70 minutes have passed into the game, but none of these players have gotten tired, and that can only happen in the eISL. So ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves because now the players have so much options, because this is the point where I usually or ideally we see at the 70th minute marker or till the 75th, or sometimes it's an overkill where we go to 80th minute marker where teams start making some changes, right? That is where we see Erling Haaland come in, sometimes Pele coming in, Ginola coming in lately a lot, Cantona, the new F-Foot birthday card also coming in. So this is where teams make a lot of their substitutions, even sometimes with their centre backs. If needed, Lucio comes in. If needed, they get Alphonso Davis getting back into the picture. But as things stand, the final 20 minutes of the game, and there you go, the kickoff over here, and just to give the ball possession away, to begin from where things ended over there, and we'll have to see what happens in these final 20 minutes of the game.
Yes, and I think केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी वो अभी ज्यादा से ज्यादा अटैक पे जाने की कोशिश करेंगे. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से कैप्टन विया, यस, सीसी के बारे में क्वेश्चन बन रहा था, हालांकि कट इन करने की कोशिश हो सकता था बट नहीं कर पाए कंट्रोल.
Yeah, and that clearly did not work out for them. But for now, Kerala Blasters FC, they have had enough time to ponder over what was going wrong in the past game. And now, let's see, with Lionel Messi does not have a lot of passing options. You can see, the box being swamped with defenders, but with Mbappe wanted to cut through. But this time, Kerala Blasters FC looking a lot much better in terms of their defense. They were not lousy. They did not charge in. They waited, and I think that little pause that they had between the game gave them enough time to have that team talk that we need to get our minds into the same place. We need to start working together, and that is exactly what they're doing with Mbappe. The roll scoop, pass it on back towards Ronaldinho, and oh, you cannot afford to give away the ball like that, especially when you had your defenders pushing through. But thankfully, Jamshedpur FC did not instantly go for a counter attack.
Yes. एंड ये काउंटर बहुत ज्यादा क्रूशल है जमशेदपुर एफसी के लिए. हिल टू हिल बॉल रोल फिनिश नहीं हुआ. क्रॉस बार इस बार के लिए काम करता हुआ अपना. एंड केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी पूजा करना चाहेंगे इस क्रॉस बार को.
At this time, for sure, yes. But look at the way Jamshedpur FC, they've been applying pressure constantly. Not letting Kerala Blasters retain the ball and pressing in, forcing them to make any mistake. And I think now Kerala Blasters have read through. Now they are kind of constantly just passing around the ball, trying to get the ball into good areas. But no, you cannot afford to give away the ball like that. And this calls for punishment. But no, there was not an overlapping run being made by Hakimi there. They stayed with the midfielder and slowly building up the final attack of this game perhaps. And Jamshedpur FC have to find something, make something. Can they get a winner? That's the big question. Goes for a cutback, but no. Capdevia for the rescue instantly thwarts the ball out of the play, and nothing dividing both these clubs. Jamshedpur FC, what a scintillating comeback after being a goal down. Then there were a plethora of opportunities that they created, but Kerala Blasters FC somehow surviving by the whisker managed to salvage a draw in this game nonetheless and have ensured they will be getting at the bare minimum 1 point no matter what the outcome is. But for Jamshedpur FC, this is a must-win game for them. If Arvind does not defeat Shubham, then they're going to lose out on those 3 points. So they cannot just settle with a draw anymore. But Shubham, a little bit of pressure eased. He knows that he has to either win his game or draw his game in order to take home those 3 points.
Yes. एंड प्रेशर अरविंद के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा आ चुका है, इसीलिए भी क्योंकि सिर्फ पहला ही गेम था जिसपे वो बहुत शानदार परफॉर्म किए थे. उसके बाद दोनों ही गेम्स वो हार गए थे, वो भी अच्छे खासे स्कोर लाइन के साथ. तो इसी वजह से उनके ऊपर प्रेशर और भी ज़्यादा होगा. एंड शुभम तम उनकी अगर बात किया जाए, सिर्फ एक ही गेम ऐसा था जिसपे उनके लिए जो सिचुएशंस थे वो बहुत ज़्यादा आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल गए. एंड शायद मैच जो था वो इस्ट बंगाल के ऑपोजिट पे था जितना मुझे याद आ रहा है. सो उस जगह को छोड़ के ओवरऑल जो परफॉर्मेंस उनका रहा है इस पूरे थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट वो डिसेंट रहा है. सो यस, जो नेक्स्ट मैच है उस पर भी इधर जमशेदपुर एफसी को चेज करना होगा उनके सिर्फ 1 पॉइंट के लिए, जिधर केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी उनके पास प्रॉपर स्टेज बना हुआ है कि वो इधर से अपना पहला विन एंड 3 पॉइंट्स निकाल के लेके जाए.
Very crucial getting that first W, right? And it's such a huge sigh of relief that when you've been constantly, under such high circumstances, under such high pressure situations, you've been trying and still failing. And this is a perfect stage set up for Shubham. Shubham needs to harness the way he played against Charanjot, where he beat him. Well, for Arvind, it has to be the same manifestation of those astral energies that he had gotten through him during that matchup against Adi Sima. So both these players, they've got capabilities where they can really outshine one another. It is going to be an intense. You cannot pick a favorite from this one. Both have had their fair share of laughters and sorrows in this tournament campaign so far. Both of them have been desperate into trying to secure those 3 points for their clubs, but unfortunately that won't be the case for Arvind. So a little bit of a setback over here because even if he wins, all he can manage is to secure that 1 point. But that 1 point is going to be so important. And the worst part, he's got to fight against a tyrant like Shubham, because when the pit viper is all coiled up and ready to strike, and when he does, you don't see that coming. And Shubham is a player like that. In the last eISL season, for all the new viewers, let me tell you, he had the highest unbeaten streak going on for him, and it took almost 10 or 11 games to finally break through his wall. I think it was Ati Zima who did that. My memories have gotten a little blurry, but I think it took almost 9 to 10 games for a club to beat him. So he had been unbeaten, he had been constantly getting draws. This time, he got such a fine partner in Lokmanu, but things did not work out. But this is where it all might change, as ladies and gentlemen, here we have the scorecard for the second matchup. And well, Arvind against Shubham, it is going to be the match that I have been yearning for quite some time.
यस एंड देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि ये जैसे कि आपने कहा कि इस गेम पे किसी को भी हम लोग जो है नहीं चुन सकते ऐसे कि जो शायद बेहतर खेलेंगे इस गेम के ऊपर। देखिए, अभी भी जिस तरीके का सिचुएशन बना है, मुझे लगता है कि कॉन्फिडेंस काफ़ी ज़्यादा रहेगा शुभम तमतम के पास, एंड उसको तोड़ना होगा अरविंद को, जो कि उनके लिए टफ होगा, बट इम्पॉसिबल बिल्कुल भी नहीं। तो वो तो अपना काम करेंगे, एंड अगर इस जगह से केरला ब्लास्टर्स अपना पहला विन निकाल लेते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये जो स्कोर लाइन उनके लिए बनने वाला है, उसके बाद पॉइंट्स टेबल पे एक अच्छा खासा जंप उनके से हम लोगों को दिख सकता है, और वो जंप के बाद वो डायरेक्टली 8th पोजीशन पे या फिर वो पहुंच जाएंगे 7th पोजीशन पे। तो बहुत बहुत ज्यादा शानदार एक मौका है कि आज केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी इधर से विन निकाल के लेके जाए। बट जमशेदपुर एफसी अगर वो इस मैच को जीतते हैं, तो दोनों के ही पास एक एक करके पॉइंट्स आएंगे, जिधर उनको पॉइंट्स टेबल के ऊपर एटलीस्ट कोई भी चेंजेस हम लोग को नहीं देखने के लिए मिलेगा। सो या दोनों ही क्लब्स इसी वजह से तो और भी ज्यादा क्रूशियल था ये गेम। जैसे कि पिछले दिन की अगर बात करें, क्लब ब्लास्टर वर्सेस स्प्रिंग बॉल एफसी का जो मैच था, वो भी कुछ इसी तरीके का ही क्रूशियलनेस रख रहा था, इंपॉर्टेंस रख रहा था वो मैचअप, क्योंकि जो जीतते वो आगे निकल जाते हैं एंड एक अच्छा खासा जंप निकाल सकते थे, जिस जगह पे ईस्ट बंगाल एफसी का विन हम लोगों को देखने के लिए मिला, एंड उनको थोड़ा बहुत एडवांटेज एंड जंप देखने के लिए मिला था पॉइंट्स टेबल के ऊपर। बट वही सेम चीज इस गेम के ऊपर भी है, बट इस बार मौका है केरला ब्लास्टर के पास।
This time, the run or the campaign for East Bengal FC has been filled with a lot of thorns, right? And they have been constantly being challenged every single time. And I'm pretty sure Shantan had been missing his former teammate Ankit Gupta, but Akshat finally is getting into his groove, right? We see Akshat, going around, and I think Akshat was the one who beat the likes of Shubham. So you can clearly see that confidence oozing out of a club like East Bengal FC, because if you compare their run against the last year's run, it's a lot of difference there. East Bengal FC were constantly just racing for that top spot, and now they're kind of fighting in that middle order. But in a wee while, we get to see Kerala Blasters. So Kerala Blasters FC, they've tried so many different things, right? They've tried switching the orders. Usually it was Lokmanu who began, and Shubham who used to kind of finish things off. But this time we could see that they've gotten back to their old ways. It was a must-win game for Lokmanu. He won it, but in that co-op game, for all the viewers, once again, nothing really separated. Where Jamshedpur FC had looked that they had gotten the momentum, there were some severe lapses, and then that pause, after which I think Kerala Blasters FC realized the gravity of the situation, and could say some pundits might say they were a bit lucky, because one of those shots hit the crossbar in such a manner where you would expect the goal to go through. But now we're just waiting for that final game to begin, and this is where, folks, I would want your prediction. Do you think Kerala Blasters FC will finally get those 3 points, or do you think Jamshedpur FC will win this one and salvage one out of this fixture?
लेट्स सी, लाइक आप लोग अपना जो कमेंट्स है वो तो हमारे साथ शेयर करते रहिए चैट बॉक्स के ऊपर, और हम लोग देखते हैं। बात करते ही करते शुरू हो जाएगा मोस्ट मैच एज ऑफ नाउ के ऊपर, जिधर केरला ब्लास्टर अपने पहले विन के लिए टीम करेंगे। बट इधर जो ज़रूरत है वो है जमशेदपुर को कि वो इधर से एटलीस्ट ड्रॉ निकाले, नहीं तो बहुत ज़्यादा पीछे रह जाएंगे इस पूरे टूर्नामेंट पे। शुरुआत हो चुका है लेफ्ट टू राइट, हम लोग को जमशेदपुर एफसी अटैक करते हुए देखेंगे एंड राइट टू लेफ्ट केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी।
Oh, now this is where Shubham instantly steals possession, and for now we'll have to see what can he create from around here. It's just about Shubham keeping composure. He's got to play something like Lokman you did, right? Keep the possession, keep playing the basics of FIFA. Do not try to risk things here and there. And now just eyeing for that cutback. But look at the way he's being chased over. And still, he somehow manages to come through.
बट सिचुएशन है एंड मेंटलिटी क्लियर हो चुका है कि बॉल कंट्रोल अपने ही पास रखना है, लेकिन उसी जगह पे छीनते हुए उसे मोमेंट पे अरविंद थ्रू द बॉल टू हकीमी, राइट साइड से अटैक करने की कोशिश, क्या वो इधर से स्कोर कर पाएंगे या फिर नहीं, वो देखना होगा। शुरुआती स्कोर जमशेदपुर की तरफ से आता है तो मुझे लगता है कि या थोड़ा बहुत जो है वो शांति, या फिर हम लोग बोल सकते हैं थोड़ा सा टेंशन उनका कम हो जाएगा। लेकिन अगर वो गोल आता है शुभम तमतम केरला ब्लास्टर्स के तरफ से, तो सिचुएशन जो है वो पूरा ही चेंज होता हुआ दिख सकता है। थ्रू आउट द पास एम्बापे टुवर्ड्स रोनाल्डो के लिए पास निकालने की कोशिश था, लेकिन बहुत क्रूशियल इंटरसेप्शन जिसके थ्रू बॉल जा चुके हैं अभी केरला ब्लास्टर के पास।
Yeah, you know, both these teams have started on equal footing, right? A player lock comes into play with Mbappe again, trying to exploit the wings, but no, this time will not be let that opportunity. But somehow he's managed to keep possession on the ball. Looks good with Ronaldinho. Wanted to go for an outside footer shot, but was well anticipated, well read, and wasn't green timed either. So now we are back with Arvind keeping a little bit of possession. He's got a lot to prove right now. He's got to get back into his winning ways. Both these players have been recently going to a lump phase where they will have to win their game and will have to come back. Shubham, he feels the pressure right now. Of course, knows that one point is secured at least, but this time making no mistake. The German cross delivered for Ruud Gullit, and now what he had to do was just give a pass where Mbappe had to tap it inside the goal. A very fine start for Kerala Blasters FC, just what they were hoping for, and Arvind left with no answers. Usually when you talk about a player like Arvind, him belonging from the Southern FIFA circuit, Southern FIFA players are quite known for their good defenses. But this is where, you know, the Viper needed to strike, you know, and the Viper only strikes when the enemy isn't aware of presence or what he is thinking. And Shubham does exactly that, catches Arvind off guard and makes it work for him somehow.
But जो प्रेशर था वो और भी दुगना होता हुआ, एंड शुभम टाइम दर टाइम उनका कॉन्फिडेंस और भी ज़्यादा बढ़ता जाएगा फॉर श्योर, क्योंकि अभी अरविंद को एटलीस्ट 2 गोल स्कोर करने ही होंगे इस गेम पे एंड जीतना ही होगा। कोई भी सेकंड ऑप्शन नहीं है जमशेदपुर एफसी के पास, जिधर केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी के लिए सब कुछ आज कहीं ना कहीं ऑन द लाइन, एक लाइन पे आता हुआ, एंड उनका ड्रीम गेम काइंड ऑफ हम लोग कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से उनका गया है पिछला मंथ, उससे तो एटलीस्ट ये जो शुरुआत है इस गेम का या फिर आज के दिन का, वो काफ़ी अच्छा रहा है। एंड शायद विद दैट को अपना पहला 3 पॉइंट्स एंड पहला विन भी मिल जाएगा। लेकिन उसी जगह पे बॉल छीना गया अरविंद की तरफ से, एंड हालांकि अभी भी टाइम बहुत बाकी है, ये ड्रॉ भी हो सकता है या फिर अरविंद जीत भी सकते हैं, लेकिन उसके लिए अरविंद को स्टेप अप करना होगा और उनके कुछ मेजर चेंजेस चाहिए पूरे गेम पे। ओ
You know, Shubham, he's been dominating that first half of play. Arvind barring a few chances created, Shubham has been controlling the flow of this game, and he's been the one creating majority of the chances. He is looking for those openings in Arvind's defense, going for those lob through passes and making it work. But this was a good chance that Arvind wanted to capitalize on. You know, was 1v1 against the defender. Had he beaten him over there, would have gotten that little dash of pace and could have possibly scored a goal. But for now, Shubham again switching sides of play, and one little mistake might just come back to haunt him. Had R9 received the ball over there, but look at that. He's trying to regain the possession back, but Shubham, and he's still constantly just recycling. I love what he's doing over here. Just keep on passing the ball, keep on you know, changing sides, swap things around. But no, you cannot be careless like that. And Arvind is like, you're making mistakes, you can't really rule me out of it. And both these players, not more than mistakes, they're going for risks, right? This is high risk, high reward play. If because one of those through passes tends to go through, then you're looking at the defense being absolutely penetrated, left wide open. But look at this with R9, few skill moves over there, and one still has possession on the ball, but he did so much, you know, elastico, little bit of a turnover, and then few more, but could not find the second one. But regardless, I mean, both these teams pretty much even in terms of position. Kerala Blasters FC, however, slightly ahead in every single marker except those tackles.
Yes. I think जिस तरीके से ये गेम अभी तक चलता हुआ देखने के लिए मिला, इससे एक चीज़ तो क्लियर हो चुका है कि यार जो केरला ब्लास्टर को हम लोग पहले देखते थे वो केरला ब्लास्टर अभी चेंज हो चुका है. बट विद दैट शॉट्स देखिए, एक भी शॉट जो है वो लेने का मौका ही नहीं दिया गया था जमशेदपुर एफसी को. एंड अरविंद के लिए ये रहा है पहले दिन के बाद जब उन्होंने 5 गोल स्कोर कर लिया, उसके बाद से कहीं ना कहीं जो है वो फेड आउट हो चुके हैं उनके अटैक. एंड उनके अटैक ज़्यादा हम लोगों को शाइन करता हुआ नहीं दिखा है. तो आई डोंट नो, लाइक उनको इधर कुछ ना कुछ फिगर आउट करना होगा, या तो उनके फॉर्मेशन के ऊपर, या फिर उनके टैक्टिक्स के ऊपर, या फिर हो सकता है कि प्लेयर इंस्ट्रक्शंस के ऊपर. ज़रूरत है फिर से एक बार ड्राइंग बोर्ड में वापस जाने की. एंड अगर नहीं होगा फिर तो मुश्किल होने वाला है इस पूरे सीजन पे.
You know, now look at this. Shubham, absolutely in pristine control over the game, has a lot of passing options, goes back towards Capdevilla, a little 1-2 with him, now gives it away towards Jude Bellingham. And now back towards Hulit, on towards Mbappe, beautiful build-up, and there you go. This is how Shubham wanted to score his second. Quite confident, that smile breaking through. Now this is how the Viper has struck for his brace, and there you go. Jamshedpur FC left-handed. The first goal in a different fashion, the second one in another type. This time the passing absolutely beautiful amongst the players, and Kerala Blasters FC have found the second one in, and Jamshedpur FC already sort of losing their sight, and it might be possibly lights out for them, because Jamshedpur FC, what were the conditions? They can't settle for a draw where they have to get a win, and to get a win, they will not have to. They will have to ensure they do not concede any and have to score 3 goals in the next 40 minutes of play. So it's going to be so difficult. But I haven't seen that spark coming out of Arvind so far. I mean, he's getting close. He's getting to that final third. But right then, you could see Shubham being present, the defenders making sure the job does not get down to their goalkeeper. So Arvind really needs to claw and scratch his way back into this game. But with Shubham having such a commanding lead over here, how does he do that, TT?
बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किलों में अभी जमशेदपुर एफसी. एंड इस गेम के बाद उनका 5वां गेम भी ख़त्म हो जाएगा. एंड 5 मैचअप्स के बाद, 5 मैचअप डेज के बाद उनका पॉइंट्स रहेगा सिर्फ 1 मोस्ट प्रोबेबली. तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेशर यानी कि लेके आता है इनके ऊपर। एंड विद दैट, जिधर वो भी शायद सोच रहे होंगे कि यस इस बार मौका है कि इधर से पॉइंट्स निकाल के लेके जाए 3, लेकिन उस जगह पे एंड ऑफ विद लॉस, ये उनके लिए बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा झटका कहने की देगा। एंड यही सेम चीज़ हम लोग पिछले दिनों भी बात कर रहे थे, लाइक जब उनका 4th गेम था उस टाइम पे भी हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि इनको फिर से एक बार ड्राइंग बोर्ड में वापस जाना होगा, फिर से रिस्ट्रक्चर करना होगा, नहीं तो मुश्किलें होने वाला है। क्योंकि अरविंद के लिए डे बाय डे सिचुएशन जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेशर लेके आता हुआ, क्योंकि शुरुआती दिन पे डीके शायद चल नहीं पाए थे, लेकिन उसके बाद से डीके काफ़ी अच्छे परफॉर्म किए थे। लेकिन आज जब डीके भी नहीं चले उस टाइम पे और भी ज़्यादा प्रेशर आ गया अरविंद के ऊपर, जिधर वो कैपिटलाइज नहीं कर पाए फिर से।
Yeah, seems like a new dawn is waiting for Kerala Blasters FC. The dark days might have gone away from them, but it's too early to say. Finally, a day to remember for them. Finally, something to cheer about. Finally, might get 3 points because Shubham has kind of switched his style of play. Ideally, you see Shubham, going for those driven throughs. All right, Hakimi, we'll take that. We'll take that as long as you keep possession. But just mere bicycle passes won't work over here. He's got to dig a little bit more deeper. But now look at the run again. And now Shubham has so much options, right? He instantly just L1s himself, because with if you press L1 in that situation, you kind of tend to go for a different style of a dribble. Instead of that R1 where you keep the ball way closer to yourself, instantly can just cut through. But for now, I think Kerala Blasters FC off to such a good game, such a good control. I didn't expect, I'd say, see a tiki-taka pass goal being made by Shubham, but he did that. Then those German crosses also coming into play. So he's got that plethora of attacks. Whereas Jamshedpur FC haven't really done anything innovative, haven't really done anything new. And slowly but surely, look at the possession numbers also, which was sort of 52-48 has now become 57-43. And Jamshedpur FC yet TT to find a single shot on goal. Now that is how miserable they are at this point. And this little pause that they have taken could get some fresh new legs, could go for an all-out attack, because hey, what do they have to lose anymore? They know even if it gets drawn, they're not getting any point. Instead, just go ultra attacking, get as many attackers as you can, make those fast plays, and pierce through Shubham's defense. And maybe this is an attempt at that. Oh no.
Situations आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल जाता हुआ राइट हैंड साइड से पहले विद रन, लेकिन बॉल इधर नहीं रख पाएंगे गेम के अंदर। देखिए सिर्फ और सिर्फ आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल इधर जमशेदपुर एफसी जाते हुए दिख रहे हैं, क्योंकि ऑन द अदर हैंड केरला ब्लास्टर के पास बॉल कंट्रोल तो पूरा रहेगा। पहले रोनाल्डो शूट बेलिंगम दूर से एक पावर शॉट की कोशिश किए थे, लेकिन उनके ही टीम के रोडलीद को लग के डिफ्लेक्ट हुआ। बॉल गया एम्बापे के पास, अटैक बनता हुआ। क्या ये अटैक फिनिश कर पाएंगे? नहीं 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 हो पाया, और यही हुआ है बार बार। अरविंद आखिरी पोजीशन में नहीं जा पा रहे थे, बट काउंटर फ्रॉम द साइड ऑफ शुभम टमटम फिनिश विद द टमटम एंड विद दैट 3-0 लीड केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी फाइनली अपने 3 पॉइंट को अभी देख पा रहे होंगे, एंड वो खुशी इनके चेहरे पे अभी झलक रहा है।
Yeah, he wants to also go for a thrashing at this point. And Arvind absolutely gutted with what's going on. He's been done pretty bad over here. His defenses have been opened up. How do you play against a player who's been trying multiple things, could potentially get his fourth, goes for that heel to heel. Wow! What a goal! What a way to put Arvind to sleep. Kerala Blasters FC, Shubham. Just when we were thinking that maybe Lokmanu's 4 goals would be enough, he scores 4 goals of his, and on top of that adds a cherry on that. Still has maintained a clean sheet so far.
What a game by Shubham. Oh my God. Oh, cheeky moves. बट फिर से बॉल कंट्रोल आ चुका है बापे लेफ्ट साइड से हालैंड निकाल ही रहे थे, उनके लिए ही पास देने जा रहे थे शायद, लेकिन थोड़ा पीछे हो गया.
The defense has been in shambles, and this was ought to happen, right? When we said that now this is where Arvind has to throw the entire kitchen sink to go in and force an attacking play, and that sort of opens up your defenses, and those through passes really, the right way to go and work around with. And Arvind knew that he had to pay a price, but in blood did not think of that. Concedes 2 goals in quick succession. That's going to haunt him. That's going to hurt him. Because this is again one of those days he feels like he went up against Charanjot. Shubham managed to beat Charanjot, and Charanjot had defeated Arvind. And so hence, as the equation works out perfectly well, seems like Shubham is going to have the final laugh as we head on to the final moments of the game, as he has not just managed to score 4 on pursuit, on route for his 5th, but no, says the referee. And with that, finally, Kerala Blasters FC getting those crucial 3 points on board. And after a month of constant pressure, have seized those 3 points and will be moving a little bit higher up in the point standings.
फाइनली केरल ब्लास्टर एससी एंड जिस तरीके की गोल स्कोरिंग के साथ या फिर गोल डिफेंस के साथ वो जीते हैं, तो वो डायरेक्टली जंप करने वाले हैं एकदम 7th पोजीशन पे, जिधर ऑलरेडी इधर ईस्ट बंगाल एफसी मौजूद थे, उनको नीचे धकेल के अभी चले जाएंगे 7th पे, क्योंकि उनका जो गोल डिफरेंस है वो कम होता हुआ दिखेगा, एंड जो पॉइंट है वो भी सेम हो जाएगा. बहुत बहुत ज्यादा लाजवाब गेम इधर देखने के लिए मिला केरला ब्लास्टर एफसी के तरफ से, एंड आई थिंक ये सैटिस्फाइंग गेम था, क्योंकि लोग में उनको भी एक अच्छा खासा जो विन है वो मिला, एंड बहुत दिन से वो स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे, बट फाइनली वो देखने के लिए मिला. एंड शुभम के लिए बीच में एक डाउनफॉल गया था, एक दिन खराब गया था, बट उसके बाद फिर से वो अपना फॉर्म पकड़ लिए.
Yeah, I mean, Shubham has pretty much been the go-to player, but today both these players hit a really good game of FIFA, and in those moments we knew that the defense will be on a high line, and Shubham also read that perfectly well and capitalized on this opportunity and managed to score 1 for himself. And the final goal, look at that player lock comes into play. He knew which player he had to pass it on to, and a heel to heel, and there you go, finishes things and in style perhaps. And Kerala Blasters FC, they are going to be elated, very happy, as joyous moments for them to celebrate, but they still know that it's going to be such a long and tough climb. First they have to get back to the top 6, and then they have to constantly start winning games from here onwards. Now this is not the half marker that we've hit, right? Our teams still have a lot of games to play, but they need to realize that winning is always a better option than constantly being under pressure. Will we qualify or not? But for Jamshedpur FC, today's been a rather gloomy day in the office, both for DK and Arvind. Arvind especially, because considering where you would expect him to show his prowess in his defensive plays, that was clearly not visible. And the kind of attacks that Shubham had created initially, we saw him score goals through German crosses. Then there was so much variations, right? Then instantly tiki-taka, just box to box, pass it on, keep the passing play on, and then score a goal. Once he was 2-0 up, he wanted Arvind to be under extreme pressure, where Arvind had to go all out. And that is where things even went down the hill, as Shubham managed to seize those 2 more goals. But as we take a look at the 3 points secured for Kerala Blasters FC, and they're going to be really happy about it. But the big question over here, TT, is who gets that MVP? Because both of them have scored 4 goals. Ideally, should be Shubham, considering he hasn't conceded one, but you never know.
Yeah.
That 1 goal, I think that Kerala Blasters FC had scored co-op game, considering the same celebration, would be Shubham. So maybe Shubham gets the MVP yet again.
या मोस्ट प्रोबेबली वही होना चाहिए. एंड उसी जगह पे अगर देखा जाए तो यस, चलिए हम लोग नज़र डाल ही लेते हैं एक बार MVP के ऊपर. एंड MVP विल बी शुभम, क्योंकि 4 गोल दागे जरूर एंड कोई भी कंसीड उन्होंने नहीं किया। एंड अभी के लिए जिस तरीके से 7 गोल्स का जो डिफरेंस है वो इधर कम कर देंगे। -9 पे थे केरला ब्लास्टर्स, और आज के इस फिक्चर के बाद उनका जो गोल डिफरेंस है वो आके रुकेगा -2 पे सिर्फ और सिर्फ। तो ये एक बहुत ही अच्छा, सिर्फ स्कोर लाइन के लिए नहीं, इधर गोल डिफरेंस पे भी एक अच्छा खासा जंप हम लोगों को आता हुआ देखने के लिए मिला है, जो कि बाद में इन फ्यूचर बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा शायद इनको फ़ायदा दे सकता है, क्योंकि इनके साथ जो कंपटीटर है जो 4 पॉइंट्स पे बैठे हैं वो है ईस्ट बंगाल FC, एंड उनका जो गोल डिफरेंस है वो अभी के लिए -7 है। सो या लाइक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट एंड बहुत ज़्यादा बेहतरीन एक विन हम लोगों को देखने के लिए मिला है केरला ब्लास्टर्स की तरफ से।
You know, after this game, I think they're going to be heading towards that 8th spot and tied up with East Bengal FC, or potentially maybe to the 7th, considering that goal difference that you were talking about. And this battle was a battle where you know, the bottom tier teams were fighting it out against each other. But what a game it was, and what a comeback it was for Kerala Blasters FC. But Jamshedpur FC, again a lot to learn, again a lot to work on, and they will have to, because if they don't, then things might start loosening out for them. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done with this fixture, but hey, hold on, we still have one more matchup awaiting you after this break.